Okay, hello everybody and welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today. Today we're doing a webinar for agencies on best practices for pricing messenger services, for growing your agency with Facebook Messenger marketing. So let's jump into it. So our presenters today, my name is Jason O'Hare. I'm the CEO and co-founder of MobileMonkey, and we have my colleague here, Ali Adams, who runs customer success for us. Ali, you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Ali. And we have Samir ElKamouny with us as well as a special guest. Samir is a co-founder and managing partner of Fetch and Funnel here in Boston. They are a digital agency that specializes in Facebook Messenger marketing with chatbots. He is an expert on this stuff, and we are super excited to have him with us today. And Samir, thanks so much for your time. And you want to say hi to everybody real quick?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Awesome. Thanks so much. So let's jump in. Quick agenda. We're going to give a quick intro to messenger marketing. I know a lot of the folks on the webinar today are actually clients of us, been using this for a little while, so you're very familiar with this, but there are some new folks maybe need a little bit of background, so we'll dig into that. And then we're going to go into how to 10x your results for your clients with messenger marketing. Samir has 3 case studies he's going to share with us. We're going to go into details how he does this, and then we're going to jump into a product demo. So Ali is actually going to show us how to actually do some of the techniques that Samir talks about right in MobileMonkey. These are some advanced techniques. We did a webinar, those of you who joined us last week, on some basic stuff, and we promise we're going to do one that's a little bit more detailed on advanced stuff. That's what we're going to do today. Then we're going to jump into actually how to find clients, how to price appropriately for these services, and Samir's going to share some of his techniques he's been using with Fetch Funnel. And then we'll go over a little bit of pricing, and of course, Q&A. So by the way, you can ask questions as you go through this, so feel free to do that. As a moderator here, it's a little bit hard to jump into all the questions while we're doing it, but I'll try to get as many as we can at the end, and I'm sure you'll find that as you go through this, all your questions will be answered as we go along. So thanks so much. So let's jump into it. So Ali, why don't we start a little bit with just explaining where to find support. So when we're done with this webinar, people know where to find all this stuff. You want to tell them a little bit about our support option?
Yeah, I'd love to. So the first place would be the help portal, which you can find a couple different ways. You can go to mobilemonkey.com/help, or you can go to mobilemonkey.com and press the big blue button in the right upper hand corner that says help. The help docs are completely searchable, so as Jason's doing right now, he's searching, and anything you might have a question on, just go ahead and type it in, and something will most likely pop up that could help you. We have lots and lots of video tutorials on here. We have lots of step-by-step instructions, FAQs, so this is a really great resource if you're looking to get started, or if you just have a very specific question. It's a great place to check out. So the next place that you can find help is our Facebook community group. And you can find that by going and looking up MobileMonkey Community on Facebook. So just type that right into the search bar and it should pop up. And this group is a really awesome resource. It's a good place to talk strategy, to share ideas, to ask questions, and to provide feedback. So we do read each and every one of these posts. And if you have a suggestion, we'd love to hear it. It's a great place to ask questions because there are so many awesome people asking questions on it constantly and answering questions on it constantly. So it's a really good place to get a quick answer.
Thanks, Ali. That's great. So everybody, I hope you will join the Facebook group. It's a really great community. So thanks so much. Okay, so moving right along. Just a little bit of background on messenger marketing, so we're all on the same page here. This is a chart. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this before. You know, people love messenger platforms as a culture. We're a chat culture, right? We're not really an email culture anymore. Certainly not as much as a phone culture used to be. It's really chat, how we communicate. Yet, a remarkable fact here: only about 1% of businesses can automatically engage with their customers on messaging, and that's crazy. You know, especially on Facebook Messenger, which is growing to be the largest messenger platform in the world. It's a great place to communicate with your customers, especially if you're advertising on Facebook already and you're managing your customers' ads on Facebook. Get them involved in Messenger. Samir, do you have any color you want to add on this, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, Messenger is already the largest platform, and it's where your clients and your clients' clients are already having meaningful conversations, but businesses are not taking advantage of it yet. But it's going to become the largest marketing channel in the next 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 years. And really the big advantage of just getting started and taking advantage of it now is you become a first mover, you beat your competitors to it. You actually enable your clients to beat their competitors to it. And if you don't do that, you're going to regret it 2 years from now, I guarantee you, because everybody's going to be doing it and you're going to know how to do it better than the rest. And I think that's super, super important.
Cool, cool. And I obviously agree. And Samir, 2 years seems like a long time in marketing. I'd give it more like 6 months or so. I think this stuff is picking up pace really quickly. But thanks for that. So, moving along, this is, Facebook Messenger marketing is compared to email or Facebook newsfeed. Just a couple stats to share with you. As marketers, we spent the last decade or more trying to get people's emails, right? Trying to get opt into a list, trying to generate, that contact in the form of an email address. Yet email open rates when we go back and and email these folks is like 15 to 20%, and we've kind of got used to that, but it's actually pretty low. And of course the engagement on that is even lower, which I'm going to show you a couple more stats in a sec. Facebook newsfeed, of course, we know what happened there with with Facebook. It's only reaching a very small amount until they ask you to pay for it. But on Facebook Messenger, if you've got a list on there for your business, your client's business, and you send out a mass blast, you get 60 to 80% open rates in the first 60 minutes. It's crazy. These are engagement rates that I don't ever remember seeing on email, even a decade ago. And it makes sense, right? People are on Messenger, it's right on their phone, it pops up, they engage with it. It's how we are as a culture. So the results here are dramatic. And let me just kind of prove your point. This is actually just a glimpse, a snapshot of MobileMonkey's email account. And we use MailChimp, of course, because all of our products have monkeys in them. It's a pretty cool email system. And of course, we do email. You guys are on our email system. You probably got an email to this webinar, through here. But these are the open rates, okay, from the last several blasts we do: 21%, 13%, 21.5%. So kind of average, if not maybe a little bit over average. But these are the engagement rates: 1.1%, 1.6. This one was pretty good. 0.9%. Like hardly anyone clicks in these things. Email is really, really tough these days. So let me contrast these with what we see in Messenger. So again, this is a snapshot of MobileMonkey's Messenger account. Again, you guys are on this. A lot of you guys, again, you got the email, then you got the note on Messenger, and look at the engagement rates here: 50%. This is a smallest, 100%, 50%, 69%, and then look at the engagement rates: 16.2%. So, 3 times, 4 times the open rate and engagement rate. It's dramatically it's dramatically better. And again, a lot of you folks, I know you actually register for this webinar right through, not through the email, but actually right through the bot. So that's your engagement rate. And we're actually going to show you how to do that in a sec. So hope that's really clear. What we're talking about is super high engagement rates on this platform versus the other methods. So Samir, you want to take it away with our first case study?
Yeah, sounds great. So I'm going to go through a couple different case studies here and sort of applications and extremely powerful bots that you can set up for yourself or for your clients. But the ones that I'm going to go through are really driven to 10x results that you're getting for your clients. And it's just immensely valuable that you could, a service that you can offer, and these bots are just super powerful. The first one I'm going to go through is a Facebook ad coupon bot. So it's how to connect the bot directly to your Facebook ad. The example I'm going to give is actually providing a coupon code to maybe cart abandoners, but this can be applied really even on the top of funnel or to a prospecting audience and really anywhere. And I think you'll see the power of that and where you can apply it. The second one I'm going to go through is a lead gen bot, where specifically I'm going to show sort of how you could run ads and acquire webinar registrations. And Ali's going to even show you specifically how you can integrate that with Zapier, so you can send those email addresses straight from the bot over to your email system or GoToWebinar or anything like that.
It's interesting on this. Sorry, Samir, to barge in, but a lot of you actually experience is actually exactly how most of you signed up for this webinar today with this exact type of bot. So you've experienced how it works in the real world.
Yeah, and it's sort of, again, just a specific example that could be broadly used where you're acquiring email addresses or really doing any kind of lead gen whatsoever that you want for yourself or for your clients. And then the third one I'm going to go through is sort of an if this then that kind of bot, where specifically it's going to be an example of a product recommendation. And this is extremely powerful because it's going to show you still on a sort of simple level. This isn't really complicated bots, but it'll show you what you can do with it to increase conversion rates for your clients, to alleviate funnel bottlenecks, whether it's on their website or in their advertising funnels. And also you could even use it for lead qualification as well, which is extremely powerful.
Great. Okay,
so
Facebook ad coupon bot, let's do it.
Yeah, so this one is probably one of the most powerful ones, but also one of the, I don't want to say easiest, but probably the lowest barrier to entry for you to sort of offer to your probably existing clients if you're running any Facebook ads for them. And what this is you're running just a normal Facebook ad, but instead of sending people straight to the website, the destination is actually going to be Messenger. So when they click right on the regular normal CTA, it's going to open Messenger and you're going to be able to engage with them into a conversation. In this example, we're going to offer them a coupon, but really you could do anything you want. And you could literally just offer anything, ask any questions, etc. But it literally it's tenfolded our effectiveness of promotions and increased the usage of them. It's reduced cart abandonments. For this example specifically, some of the stats I'm going to give, we're running this to cart abandoners, so people who added to the cart and didn't purchase. But you can see how it works. So the step one here is the ad itself, just a normal Facebook ad. And when they click on it, it's going to open Messenger. And so this is step two here, where it opens right in Messenger. And we say, hey, would you want your coupon code? Somebody says yes. And then boom, they get this step three here, where we offer them the coupon code. They click the link, it brings them straight to the website, sort of the normal, kind of funnel that you would do, but you're adding this little sort of middle step in here to provide that offer. And so to sort of show you the results that we've been able to get with this, for this specific client, we spent $311 in ad spend on this ad, and it produced $15,000 in revenue. That was a 50x return on ad spend. Let me say that again. 50x return on ad spend, up awesome. From a lifetime of 7.5, which was still great. I mean, the client was super happy with 7.5, but 50 is just bonkers. And again, the increase in conversion rates, the effectiveness of the coupon, it's really, really powerful. And so you can see here's the normal ad where we were no bot at all. It's just, what you're probably already doing, where you're offering the coupon code in the ad itself. And we spent $1,600, right? And again, got over $12,000 in revenue, which was almost a 7.5 return. Client was very happy with those kinds of results. But the second we just introduced the bot into the middle of the funnel, we spent less than $300 to produce $12,000 in sales with that 50x return, which is just insane. I mean, the CPA on this, you can see sort of on this next slide here, where before the chatbot, you had a CPA of $234. This is a $1,600 product, so that was acceptable. Client was fine with that. But with the chatbot, the return was $33. Sorry, I mean the CPA was $33, and again that return of 50x, which is just insane. And I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that, but the power that you have with the bot, you're acquiring someone as a subscriber. You get to enter them into a drip where you're able to, send them that drip campaign, that follow-up, and then you're able to really add urgency as well. Because if you're offering them that coupon code, maybe you send them a drip 6 hours from now saying, hey, don't forget, here it is. 24 hours later, you can say, hey, this coupon code is going to be expiring. You better take advantage of it. And it really gives people the opportunity to use that coupon code. When you run a normal Facebook ad and someone has that Facebook ad and the coupon code's in the ad, if they don't remember it, if they don't use it right then and there, they sort of lose the chance to use the coupon code. Where in this, they can go back, right? They're probably at work, they're busy, their life happens, and this gives them the opportunity to go back to Messenger at a later date and sign in and see, grab that coupon code, make the purchase when they get home, excuse me, home from work or anything like that. And it's extremely, extremely powerful.
Cool. It makes total sense too, right? And you know, one of the things, Samir, I don't know if that little example here, but like, everyone who interacts with the bot becomes a lead, in the system too. So with the bot, you ended up with how many more leads, like how many more contacts that you can sell to later than before?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and we'll make that point a little bit later as well. But I think exactly like you said, you're building a subscriber base at the same time. So yeah, you're getting this bonkers return. Yes, you're getting your client more sales, but you're also generating them more leads that they can follow up with anytime. They can send a chat blast out, and blast any message they want to their client in the future, or sorry, to their prospective customer in the future. Which again, I mean, is almost could be more valuable than getting the sales at the same time. I can make an argument for both.
Yeah, cool. Okay, let's move on. So, why don't you explain how you did this real quick, and we'll run through it, and then Ali's gonna actually show it in the product. So, what's your
let's do it. We're going to walk through each one of these steps. We're going to go through it a little bit fast. You're going to get the recording of the webinar. So, don't worry. It's not that tough, but we're going to go through each step. So you're going to create a Facebook messages campaign, a little bit different than the campaign type you might be running now. And what it gives you the opportunity is run a JSON ad, which before you had to know how to code JSON. You had to be a developer. You don't anymore. MobileMonkey literally just gives you that. And then we're going to create the chatbot page in MobileMonkey, and that's essentially that bot that they get, that little landing page they get when they click through the ad inside of Messenger. And then we're going to set up a hidden tracking attribute, because literally any interaction they have with our bot, we can set up attributes so we can segment them in the future. We can know that this is the person that came from a Facebook ad and got the 20% off coupon. So we want to make sure that they get the drip campaign from that attribute. And then that's sort of step 4. Make sure that we set up that drip campaign, and really that's where the money is going to flow. And so, like I said, when you're setting up this initial campaign, my recommendation is not to really set up a conversions campaign or a traffic campaign, but to test out running a messages campaign. And what this does is it makes the goal in Facebook actually getting a Messenger subscriber, getting somebody to interact with your bot. And again, this is building your subscriber base, but also Facebook knows that it's only going to get in front of people who actually use Messenger, who have Messenger installed on their phone, and it works really well. And so what you do is when you actually get to the ads level, you'll see this button right here where you set up the message. So you'd click on that, and then you can do the visual builder, and you could use the Q&A inside of MobileMonkey to sort of respond based off of your keyword. But what we're going to do makes life a little easier is using the JSON. So you'd click right on the JSON, and then you click the custom template and click the get started button. And then here we go. Like I said, you've got to be a developer to be able to do this stuff. But now MobileMonkey literally just gives you all of this. So Ali's going to show us how to do that inside of MobileMonkey, but literally you would copy it from MobileMonkey, and then you paste it right into here. And then you'd click finish and publish your changes. And you'd have your ad live where, like I said, Messenger would be the destination. I think I got another example in here too, just so you can kind of see again how it works. But literally there's the ad. And, I would always let people know in your ad copy that you're sending them to Messenger. You're going to click send message. They're going to interact with Messenger. So you make sure that they know what's going on so that they're just not sort of blindsided. It's definitely going to help with your conversion rates. But again, the click send message, boom, here's the landing page, sort of the page that's created in MobileMonkey. Somebody clicks to get my 20% off coupon, and there it is. You can give them an image, a video, ask them any question you want, you name it, and you can give them that coupon code and then give them the link to go to the website. And again, this person is now a subscriber of your MobileMonkey chatbot, and you have a Messenger subscriber that you can send a chat blast to and get those 80% open rates and those ridiculous click-through rates that are actually consistent. They're not just outliers.
Awesome. So thanks, Samir. So let's jump in here. Let me hand it over to Ali, who's actually going to open up MobileMonkey and show you how to do actually basically how to build those same techniques in MobileMonkey. It's really easy. So, Allie, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Okay. All right, so we're going to start here within MobileMonkey on the landing page that Samir just showed you. So this is the page that I've built out on, so when someone clicks send message, it's going to take the person directly here. And if you don't know how to build out pages, I would suggest checking out our help docs on pages. And if you don't know how to add content to those pages, I'd suggest checking out our widgets help doc. Again, completely searchable, easy to learn step by step. So check those out if you're not sure what's going on here. So I've already built out all of my pages for this ad, so I'm just going to show them to you. So this is my ad landing page. As I said, this is the first page that my user will see when they click that send message button from the ad. And I've added content with widgets. I've added an image just to keep it a little bit eye-catching and engaging. And I've added a hidden attribute widget here that I got from right up here. And what that does is it allows me to segment an audience based on whoever lands on this page. So I'm going to use this attribute that I added, add landing page, to create an audience of people who have landed on this page. So just people who have clicked on my ad. And this is only visible to me. It's not visible from within the chat. So you don't have to worry about your users seeing that. Only you're going to see that. And if you don't know about attributes and what they do, again, check out that help doc video. So the last attribute the last widget I've added here is a quick question widget, which is arguably one of the most important widgets. It's very simple and it's engaging. I just say, do you want 20% off? Save it to my 20% off attribute, and the answers are yes or no. And the thing is, you don't have to put yes or no. You can put just yes. That might be a little bit easier. This is completely customizable, so however you want to do it, you can just create whatever you want with it. So the good thing about this is the message doesn't have to stop here. So just because they've landed on my ad landing page doesn't mean I can't send them any more messages after that. So what I would do after this is I would set up a drip campaign, which is a series of messages that are going to send to the user after they visit this page. So they click my send message button, they end up on this page, and then in a given amount of time that I choose after that, they're going to receive a series of subsequent messages that are going to remind them about this deal and really increase engagement and drive ROI. So I have those pages set up here for my drip campaign, and I have them set up within this folder, 20% off Facebook ad. You want to keep everything under the same name just to keep it so you're understanding where everything is, keep it organized and uniform, because you might be running a series of ads. So this is my first drip that I've set up to send 2 hours after the person ends up on my landing page. So after they initially click get send message. So it's just a picture and another reminder that says, check out our summer collection, click to get 20% off. And then after that, I have another drip that's set to send 6 hours later. So this page is just another picture. It says last chance for 20% off, don't miss it. And then I have another one set to send the next day. And you can see here I have 2 set to send the same day as the person lands on the landing page, and 1 set to send the next day. And the reason I do that is because I want to adhere to the Facebook 24+1 rule. And if you're not familiar with that, that means within 24 hours of the person engaging with your bot, clicking send message, you can send as many promotional messages as you want. So I don't recommend sending too many of those because it creates a spam-like effect if you just keep sending message after message after message to the person, just telling them to buy your stuff. So just a couple is usually good. And after that 24-hour period, you are allowed to send 1 additional message. So I click to send that the next day. And the great thing about the 24+1 rule is it resets every time the person re-engages with your bot. So if they answer any of this stuff, then it restarts and you can send them as many as you want for the next 24 hours and 1 after, and again and again.
So great. Thanks, Allie. So we have 4 pieces of content here. We've got 4 landing pages that we created. All right, so what's next?
So next, I'm going to show you how to get that JSON code that Samir showed you how to input into your Facebook Ad Manager. So I'm going to go into Messenger Ads, this tab over here on the left, click that. I would click new messenger ad if I was going to create a new one, but I already have this one created right here. So I'm just going to show you how I made that. I named it 20% off Facebook ad, again, just to keep it consistent with my campaign so I can organize everything easily. And it asks you to select a page here, which is the page that it would send you to when you click send message. My ad landing page is selected because that's a page I just showed you. That's the page I want my users to end up on when they click send message. And here's that code right here that Samir showed you how to insert into Facebook Ad Manager. And so from there, I'm going to build out my drip campaign. But before I do that, I'm going to build an audience because I don't want that campaign to go to anyone who didn't visit my, my ad landing page. So anyone who didn't click on my send message ad button. So I'm going to go over here into audiences, and I'll show you why that's important first. I'll go into contacts. So each of these contacts has attributes, and each of these attributes has some value, some data that I've collected from my bot, because I've asked people questions like, what's your phone number? And if they ended up on my ad landing page, then it tells me yes, I get email, stuff like that. So all that stuff you can use to build an audience. So to build an audience, you can just go right into here. And again, I want to call this something uniform, like 20% off Facebook ad. And I'm going to add a filter to that. So I'm going to select the attribute that I showed you on the first page, that ad landing page, which is my hidden attribute, and make it equal to yes. So that means this audience will only be people who have visited my ad landing page, and therefore it's only people who have clicked on my send message button on my ad. And so from there, I'm going to go ahead and send a drip campaign to all of those people. So that's how I make my audience. Now I'm going to go into drip campaigns on the left here. I already have this made, but I'll show you how I made it again. Just call it 20% off Facebook campaign. And that just pulled in the audience that I just made, as you can see. But I can select any audience that I want, but that is the right one because it's going to pull in anyone who just visited my ad page. The purpose is definitely promotional because we're telling them to buy stuff. Again, you can send as many of those as you want within 24 hours and one after that. Again, don't recommend sending too many. So now, after a contact is added to that audience, which means after somebody visits my landing page, clicks on my ad, I'm going to wait 2 hours. And then I'm going to send them my original page that I created for the first drip. And then I'm going to wait 6 more hours, so give them a little bit of a buffer. And then I'm going to send the second page that I created with just a reminder about the 20% off. And then I'm going to wait 1 day and send that final message that I created. And there you have it. It's really simple, really easy to set up, and it's all set to go. And it will be sent to 3 of my contacts in my audience, which is how big my audience is, so that's correct.
Awesome. Okay, so we showed how to make the first landing page with the JSON code. We made a couple other pieces of content for drips. We showed how to do a hidden attribute so you can make that custom audience, and then how to set it up in those drips. But what's next, Ellie? You got a special extra feature for us?
Yeah, so I'm going to show you connections now. So connections are really cool because they automatically send your contacts or whatever else you want to whatever source you choose, like a CRM or a spreadsheet. But first I'm going to go into contacts and show you why this is important. So first of all, you want to be able to show your clients that you're doing a lot of great work for them. So you want to be able to show them that people are actually visiting this ad. So I can create a connection using that same audience I used for my drip campaign. of people who have clicked on that ad, and I can export it with different attributes, which I can show you here. So this is all the data that I've collected. So I have like the emails. This shows that I came through the ad landing page, bunch of stuff. These are all through attributes that I've set up within my bot. So I can take all this information, whichever one I choose, and I can export it manually, or I could do it through connections, which is a lot easier. So I already have a connection set up to send to my theoretical clients, a list of people who have visited my ad landing page, meaning a list of people who have clicked on my ads. So I can show my clients that I'm doing my job and people are visiting them. But I'm going to show you how I set that up. So you click this add a connection button right here. Click webhook, because that's what we work through. Name it something like 20% off. Facebook ad. Again, we're just naming these all the same things to keep them very consistent. So you can add a description if you want, and you're going to need to pick an audience, which is that same audience that I just created. I'm going to get back to this URL in a second, but I'm going to click post because I want it to post to my Google Sheet or my CRM, whatever I want, but I'm going to show you Google Sheet. And I'm going to add in my attributes here that I want to send off to me. So I'm going to do first name, last name, email, and ad landing page, meaning did they show up on my ad landing page, just a confirmation. So to get this URL, I'm going to go into Zapier. And if you've never used Zapier before, I recommend it. It's a really cool tool to be able to connect to all of your different platforms. It's great for integration. So I recommend that you check out our help doc on it, and it shows you how to do this. So I'm going to click Make a Zap. I'm going to click Webhook again. And there's a couple steps here. So if you don't know how to do this, again, just check out the help doc. So this link right here, I'm going to copy that. And that is what I'm going to paste into the URL here. And that is how I set up my connection. And to show this to you, here is an empty spreadsheet. And here's my ad landing page. So that's the page that I originally showed you that will pop up if I press send message on my ad. So I click yes. And automatically it populates right into my spreadsheet from that connection that I created.
It's like magic.
It is like magic. It's amazing. I didn't have to do any work. It did it for me. So connections are just a really easy way to prove to your clients that you're doing your job. They're also just a way to make your life easier. And it's a really, really cool feature that MobileMonkey has.
Thanks, Ellie. That was great. Here, let me grab screen control. Back again. Cool. So what we went through real quick is how to create that landing page for your ad, how to get the JSON code to put into ads. Hey, Allie, can you put yours on mute? Allie's sitting right next to me, and if we're both talking, we get echoes. Hey, there we go. How to create that landing page, get the JSON code. Going crazy here, and you get that JSON code, and then make a couple other pieces of content for my drip campaigns. How to set up that custom audience based on a hidden attribute. Set up that drip campaign, automate the whole thing, and then how to do a connection. All right, we use Zapier. By the way, it's Zapier, and it's actually free for most simple connections, and you can send that right to your clients. We went over the 24+1 rule. Everybody always asks about this. It is important that you know how it works and make it and be compliant with it. With MobileMonkey, if you set up your drip campaign, you're completely safe, you're completely compliant, and you can really get some great results like Samir was showing by doing that technique. So cool, let's keep right on moving. Let's go on to our case study number 2. Samir, you got one more to show us?
Yeah, for sure. So for sure. So I exactly what Ali was just showing, how you can pull people's email addresses and some other attributes becomes super, super powerful, especially in the lead gen world. So here's just two ads that we run both for our own business, Fetch and Funnel, and we're running some webinar ads for Kissmetrics, for example. And so literally it's the same thing that we were talking about before. When somebody clicks this ad, it opens up Messenger and they interact with the chatbot. But right in the chat, we ask them what their email is, and they type their email address. And then just like Ali showed using Zapier, you then send all of that information to multiple places. So for Kissmetrics, we send it to the GoToWebinar to automatically register for them for the webinar. We send it to a spreadsheet, so we just have that spreadsheet at all times, and we can just kind of go back to it. We also send it to their CRM and to their Pardot and their Salesforce, and literally you can send it just anywhere you want. And this becomes really, really powerful because it makes things super easy, but the barrier to entry for people to register for the webinar is also so low. And so literally in this ad, this example right here, we were able to get Kissmetrics dollar webinar registrations, which before we were sending people directly to a landing page. They click on this ad, it goes right to a landing page. Landing page was a Pardot landing page, wasn't very mobile friendly. And it has its own, multiple questions, and everyone sees multiple questions and doesn't fill it out. And so we were able to sort of ask them those questions sequentially in the chatbot, which is a much lower barrier. People feel like they're in a chat. It's a different interaction, and it increases the engagement rates and the conversion rates. And so we were getting them $15 registrations before, which was okay. I mean, it's okay. For them, it was okay. not upset with it, but always could be better. But then the second we were getting them dollar webinar registrations using this, it was immensely valuable. And the other sort of interesting factor on this, specifically for webinars, is our attendance rate was also significantly higher because we sent a chat blast a day before the webinar reminding people that they registered, and an hour before the webinar reminding them that it was going to start in an hour. And so, you're not lost in email where someone sees it hours after the webinar. They get that notification, that ding, and it's very, very powerful.
You're probably, kind of talking to the choir a little bit, because I believe that just about everybody who's on this webinar today signed up for this webinar in the very similar way. The only difference is we didn't do an ad for it. We sent people out that were already connected with our bot, but you guys registered. If you remember, when you registered, you just had to click and confirm your email or type in your email. It was one little field. You're opted in, you got an opt-in to the Zoom, and then we even sent out automatically a reminder through the chat blast. And again, we do those, it's like 60% open rates and engagement rates. So doing simple stuff like that through the bot is useful.
And the results are super powerful and they're phenomenal, but we sort of forget this one component to mention, where you're also building your clients or yourself a significantly large and low cost list that is 10x more powerful than getting an email address, because of those results that Jason was just talking about. And so when everybody knows the money is in the list. So if you can build up a massive messenger subscriber list, it's very, very powerful. So, I mean, exactly like Ali showed, you can use Zapier. There's other platforms out there too, Integromat and others, that do the exact same thing, but it literally allows you to send any information. You can get Slack notifications when you get a lead. You can get it sent straight to your CRM and have your drip sequence come out of there. Whatever you want to do, you can do it.
And I had a couple questions in the Q&A when Ali was showing connections and hey, can you connect to MailChimp? Can you connect to drip.com and these other systems? With MobileMonkey, we have a webhook. You can connect to anywhere. We really recommend using these kind of third-party systems. A lot of them are free for most of the basic connections, and they do it for you. So when you go to MobileMonkey and you go to the connections, you're going to see one connection. It's a webhook. But if you hook these in, you can send it to anywhere, and you can send them to multiple locations at once. They're really, really easy to use and really powerful. So I get that question a lot. Hey, where's all your direct connections? These days, you really don't need them, because these great products are third-party stuff.
That's right. And if you're using any advanced email like Drip, then you can literally have it sent to whatever list or whatever section of that you want, so that you make sure that they're getting the webinar follow-up email and all that kind of stuff. So you can literally send them anywhere. it's very, very powerful.
That's right. With our bot, we use Salesforce here. We do a direct connection right into Salesforce, puts the lead and the info right into Salesforce, and then we actually do a connection from Salesforce to MailChimp. So, it gets a little complicated, but with MobileMonkey to get the info out, just use that webhook and you're good to go.
Yeah,
So
and you
great.
could put which page they came from and all that stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And with the hidden attributes, I actually get this question a lot. And I know, Samir, if you can add a little color on this, but showing attribution of the leads that you're collecting for your clients is really important. And it's always a discussion you have with your clients, right? Like, hey, I got leads, I got sales, but I don't know which ones you generated for me and which ones I got on my own and so forth. With MobileMonkey, I think that becomes 100% transparent, right? You've got attributes on every contact that you send them.
That's right. So yeah, even if someone's just randomly messaging their Facebook page, that's fine. You still sort of get a subscriber, but you, exactly like Ali was showing with the attributes, you can make sure to have that segmentation totally advanced, as advanced as you want, so that you can literally assign an attribute to any action that anybody takes, whatever button they click, whatever answer they give you, etc. And that's sort of what kind of leads into this next one, a product recommendation bot, which is extremely powerful. This is sort of a generic example, but it shows you the power of what you can do. Because with these chatbots, you can build these if this, then that. You can ask any question, give them an answer, and you can have an automated conversation with them. So in this example, we found out that with this client, the #1 barrier that they had on their website for people making a purchase, which is a $1,600 electric skateboard, big purchase, was people didn't know which size to get, because it's more than just how tall you are. And so we set up this bot where we asked 3 simple questions. How tall are you? What's your riding style? And what's your snowboard stance? And then each one gives them three answers, and they select that, and then boom, it gives them the recommendation. Hey, by the way, here you are, you're an 82 centimeter, and it gives them the option to go click right to the website. That size is automatically selected, and this significantly relieved that bottleneck that was on the website. And so we actually just embedded the link right on their website and right behind a button. And some key data points off this: just off 60 days, we had 500+ visitors who used the sizing bot. We had a 12% increase in average monthly sales. We introduced an auto drip follow-up with timed messages, just like Ali was showing. When people came from a Facebook ad, you can set up an auto drip for anything. And then we asked users the following day, just a quick, in the auto drip, the first message was, hey, thanks for choosing our sizing bot. Did you have any questions or need additional assistance? Which opened up a dialogue with their customers, which was immensely powerful. And then we can message this audience in the future with discounts or promotions or really anything. And you can use this example really in any way. You could create a product recommendation, like what kind of clothing are you interested? Pants, skirt, shoes, and then they click shoes and it goes, great. Are you looking at?
Yeah,
exactly. And so you can really take people down any pathway you want. And again, with those attributes, you know who they are, what they're interested in, and you can follow up with them accordingly, which is extremely, extremely powerful and valuable. And these bots, although they sound complicated, they're really not that difficult to build, but the value they bring to your clients, even for yourself, is really, really high. And I think that kind of gets into the next point, where we can briefly just talk about how to find some customers, as well as sort of how to price for this service, because I think that's a big barrier. A lot of agencies aren't really sure what to charge. So a quick and easy way to find customers is to pick an industry. You might already be in an industry running Facebook ads for gyms or real estate companies, etc. I'd pick an industry to target, because that's going to give you the ability for 2 big things. One, you can create a sort of demo chatbot in that industry that you can showcase, because that's always going to be the first question you're going to have when you're talking with any prospect. They're going to ask, can I see one in action? Can I see how it works? And then once you sort of have a client on there, you can build a case study, and then you have that case study, you can show that to any future prospects. And then, like I said, you could demo that chatbot. And it's very, very powerful. People see it, they can feel it. You can show them how you sent the email address over to their email system, etc. And you really want to focus on the results that you can get for them. Building a subscriber base is awesome, and getting them the leads is great, but you can literally get them significantly better results than they're getting right now, even running Facebook ads to the same audiences and doing everything that you're already doing. And the big thing is a lot of agencies are not offering these services. So if you're just running Facebook ads for them, this is just a new service, a new sticky factor that if they want to go to another agency who runs Facebook ads as well, they most likely don't do anything with bots. They don't know anything about it. They've heard about it. Maybe they use something that's not so great because there's a lot of chatbot companies out there. But you sort of have that leg up on really any competitor.
Samir, I think that's a really important point. I've had the opportunity over the years to talk with hundreds, if not thousands of agencies, believe it or not. I've been doing this for a while. And I got to be honest, guys, most of your all websites and what you do look pretty similar. Like you're all doing Facebook ads, you're all doing Google ads and so forth. But what makes you different? What makes you stand out? What are you doing that's going to be different that's different to the next guy, or the next agency in town? So maybe that's a little bit of segue into
massive
into
differentiator.
Right.
Yeah,
and how do you price for this stuff, Samir? How do you get started with somebody?
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, for example, the sort of that first coupon bot, right? Abandoned cart recovery, super simple. You're probably running ads to those audiences already. Start with something small like that, but that's very, very impactful. Just offer it to your current clients for free. Just do it. And then it gives you the chance to mess around with the platform, mess around with some use cases, get comfortable with it, understand, if you screw a couple things up, no big deal. You're offering this for free. And then it's just the easiest way to get started. And then you've already got some results. You might even already build a case study. And then the best place to move next.
Samir, if I can just honest a little bit, just
please.
For the audience. So when you're doing that first case study on just doing ads, right? So kind of replacing their old landing pages that have high bounce rates and not very impactful, with just doing make like those one or four just quick landing pages in MobileMonkey. You do that for free, no extra charge. It's just part of your service.
Yep, correct. Yep, okay. As long as it's not something super complicated, then they definitely offer it for free.
Got it. And then what happens when they want something more complicated?
Yeah, so I think once they want something complicated, it's really easy to move to a point-based system, and I'm going to show you an example in 2 seconds. And then also, sort of once you have a couple use cases or a couple examples, you can also just price to any new customers the point-based system. You don't need to offer it for free to anybody, even if it is existing clients. And once you kind of get comfortable with it, you've got a bunch of bots just under your belt, and you've got that experience, and you understand the value that it brings, and you have those results to prove. That's really where you then move to a value-based pricing model. So the point-based pricing is simple because it's just based off functionalities, but value-based pricing is really estimated on the value that the project is going to bring to the client. And I know that might sound a little confusing, but I'm going to show you right now exactly how that works. So here's just an example of a point-based pricing sort of breakdown. So the functionalities are super simple. Functionalities are pretty much your pages, so your landing pages. And your drips, same thing, like, don't make this 10 message drip campaign. Keep it short, keep it simple, show the results. And the opt-in points, maybe 1 ad or 2 ads that you're running for them. The chat blasts, right? Those are the ones where you're sending just sort of that blast out to your list. And then the webhook connections, you don't have to do these, but if you set up something with Zapier, don't go crazy because you want to charge if you're going to do several of them. But you can see here how if you add a lot of functionalities, the value's there, you've proven it out at maybe $1,000 or something. And then you can charge more for it. And there's always that monthly management fee as well, because there's always optimizations you can make. Super powerful feature inside of MobileMonkey is you can see what the frequently asked questions are and keywords. And so you could actually sort of ask or answer, the frequently asked questions to your clients' prospects automatically, which is very, very powerful. Don't do that for free. Charge money for that, but you can do it.
So Samir, you kind of have like a setup fee to do these things, and then you charge a monthly fee to manage it and continue to do these blasts or drips on a monthly basis. So it's an ongoing. Yep. And you tack that on top of the fees
our normal management fees for advertising or whatever we're doing.
Excellent. Okay, then and then after that is tell us a little bit about value base. This is step 3.
So, I mean, this is where it gets really interesting. So sort of where I showed that sizing bot the sizing bot, you know, I mentioned you could build a product recommendation bot. Here's a perfect example of a product recommendation bot. I recommend everybody just go check out Levi's because it's great. It's not complicated. It's super simple to get, but they've got a great just product recommendation. What kind of jeans do you like? And what kind of, you know, fitting do you like? And you answer a couple questions and boom, here's the perfect jeans for you. And this is immensely valuable for a company like Levi's. This would not be something that you would go and charge $1,000 or $5,000 for, because you know the value it's going to bring to a company like Levi's. And so literally this is something that you could charge tens of thousands of dollars for, even though it's not going to take you 200 hours to create or to build, but again, that value that you're going to bring them is huge, and it's really, really powerful. And I mean, I don't want to give away any secrets or anything like that, but the big brands like this, if you shoot them an email and tell them you're going to run AdWords better than them, you're never going to get a response. They're crushing it. They know what they're doing. But if you go in and tell them that you're going to build a chatbot for them, they're going to be interested because they know it's something that they're paying attention to. They've heard it. It's a buzzword. It's been going on for the last year, but they're not doing it in-house. They don't have the resources or the expertise in-house to have someone learn this and build it out. And so it's really an easy way for you to get a leg in to really like other new clients that you can charge, that you can offer like your already existing services to. And it's a really, really powerful way to do that. Yeah, and again, like once you know the value that you bring and you have these proven results and demos that you can show people, it's very easy to charge really accordingly to who you're giving it to, what the bot's going to do, and the value that it's going to bring.
Thanks, Mark. I think this is really, really interesting. And, you know, Ali and I working with, you know, with our new clients and people looking at this, oftentimes what we see is, I think sometimes think about it backwards. So sometimes they try to start here where I'm going to build a super sophisticated recommendation bot first for the client, but you're actually saying to do it the opposite. Start with something free and something easy.
That's right. Yeah, because you got to learn. Yeah, you got to learn how everything works. I mean, that simple sort of sizing bot, it's only 3 questions and 3 answers for each question, but that's technically 28 outcomes. So you've got to kind of whiteboard something like that. And it took some time to really map out and figure out, you know, how each page integrates into the next page or the buttons, et cetera. Make sure we sign all the right attributes. But again, it's not hard. It just takes time. And so if you start with something that's easier, you'll get it, you get the hang of it, you'll see how easy it is to build. And then you get creative, you get some ideas, you get some real cool things that you can start building, charging a lot more for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, you got it.
For the folks out there, I couldn't agree more with that. You know, with that tactic. You know, don't go to your clients. I've never done it and start building something crazy like this. You got to start small and build up. But then, when they get that budget for that bigger bot, and you've already shown that you've got a couple hooks, a couple connections in there, of course they're going to go to you for the expertise for that big ticket item. So thanks, Samir. That was super valuable. That was great. So we do have some time for some Q&A. So let me go through these a little bit. I know there was a bunch in here. Here was one Ronald asked, and I think this goes back to Ali on, hey, I thought you could just, if you're asking for someone's email address or their phone number, can you just do a 1-click to get their phone number? Ali, you want to jump in on that one?
Yeah, so when you ask for their phone number, you can just say, is this your phone number? And they can click to confirm if you set it to phone in the question. So there's a couple different things you can set it to. For type, there's phone, there's email. So if you say, is this your phone number? They can click to confirm it.
That's right. What it's actually doing is, what it's actually doing is pulling in their phone number, their email from their Facebook ID, and they just have to confirm it. So that is actually really, really easy to do. So good question. Someone asked again about SMS. Can I connect to SMS? You can definitely do that through Zapier. I actually really like that connection. If you're working with clients who are in the field, think about service businesses or emergency businesses, like something like that. Locksmith comes to mind. Someone requests a they're locked out of their car and they go to the bot and they request that service. You can do an automatic connection that would buzz on your customer's phone through SMS with all the customer's info, and they could dial them right there and even perhaps know their location and drive right over. So it's another great use case. Someone said, how do you charge clients for this service? Hopefully we just went over that with Samir. That was great.
Yeah, the answer is customized though, right? You can charge whatever you want. The more bots you build, the more you realize you're already undercharging.
Right. Here's one. The pricing shown, I think they're referring to. Maybe you can add a little color on this, Samir. The pricing you shown appears to be for companies that are bigger than the average small business, right? So a lot of agencies out there, they're not maybe working with, with Levi's and these big brands. Maybe they're working with small businesses. Are these sizes? Do they work for different size businesses, or how might you adjust that for a smaller business?
I mean, your client better than me, but I would say sort of that starting rate of $1,000 doesn't matter what size the business is, because the value that you can bring to them is huge. So even if you charge them a $1,500 setup and a $500 monthly retainer to just sort of continue making optimizations and adjustments, I don't care what size the business is. I mean, don't work with any clients that don't have any money, but as long as they're a real business,
lesson number one, yeah.
Yeah, the value is huge. And I'll tell you, we work with plenty of local businesses that are a couple people, real small. And again, like if you're producing them leads right now, running Facebook lead ads, and you're paying $5 a pop or something like that, and then you're able to get them leads for $1 a pop now, as well as get significantly higher open rates and click-through rates and engagement, you're going to reduce their CPA and their cost per lead and everything significantly, where you're going to make up for that $1,500 fee anyways, even if you're only spending a couple $100s on ads or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Samir, on the pricing. And I think that, the other way to think about it, and I think this is important, if you're already doing Facebook ads for your clients, all right, so it doesn't matter what their budget is. Even if their budget is $100 a month, to help them out and get more return on that 100 by sending it into Messenger, is a huge benefit. You don't have to charge them anything extra for that. And in my opinion, I think, Samir, you said the same thing. You should be doing that for free. You should be doing whatever you can to get a better return on your customers' right. Facebook ad budget. I'm going to go over the pricing a little bit with MobileMonkey, but it's pretty cheap. It's not a high price per customer. You can easily do ads for them and make that $100 they're spending a month, double their return on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's see, what else do we got? There's a bunch here. I can't get to all of them, guys. We only got a couple of minutes left. Can we go back to the sliding with the pricing example? So I'm on that for you. Hope you can see that. Someone asked about templates. There actually are a couple templates that you can use. They're really just samples in MobileMonkey. The reason we don't have a lot of templates is that all this stuff is custom, and like what we showed you, and I think this is actually real important. I'm going to spend a minute on this. When you get started with this, if you're just going to do ads for your clients, you don't need to build a robust bot. You don't need to start with with this type of bot here that has all types of Q&A, that has AI in it, that has 1 million pages and Q&A and all this stuff. As a matter of fact, that's a bit of a path to madness to start off with a client, because you don't know what they're going to ask. You don't know what the clients are going to ask, and you're guessing, and you're doing a lot of work for nothing. And as a matter of fact, the clients that we've seen, and we know this from experience, I've built a lot of these, if you start off that way, you end up redoing most of the work that you did eventually because you did it wrong. Okay, so to start off with a client, start with something simple. Okay, start with that Facebook ad, and as Ali showed you, only 4 pages, maybe 4 pages, maybe only even 2 pages, to make that $100 they're spending in that month, or $1,000 or $10,000 they're spending in Facebook ads that month, to get more ROI on it. You don't need AI. You don't need the bot to talk. You don't need a website widget even to do that, to get a lot of leads. And that was Ali's example. So hopefully that came in clear, and I think that's really important.
And I think other one kind of interesting point, just a 2-second thing, was sort of where I mentioned to start with specific industries. The thing that becomes sort of interesting with that is once you have built out a robust bot for real estate, which, by the way, MobileMonkey already has a template that's great for real estate, and you can then clone that. So if you are in the real estate industry and all your clients are in real estate, build a really awesome bot, spend the time, and then just clone that sucker to your other, your other clients, the other Facebook pages.
100%. Please do that. Once you've got to nail that industry that you really like, and we work with a lot of agencies and customers that specialize in one or two fields. They build a really good one, and then they can clone from that and just make a couple tweaks. Super valuable to do, and really easy. I got another quick question, and then we got to wrap up. There is a recording of this, and will be posted hopefully by the end of the day, if not tomorrow, and we'll definitely send you guys all an email to that so you can take your time going through it. I had one more question on GDPR. People always ask this, is it GDPR compliant? The answer is yes. It's really simple. You're working through Facebook. Okay, so the customer, the person who's using it, the end customer, has clear access to all their data. They can see it right in their transcript. So that's part of it. Can I see the data you have? They clearly know all the data you have. They can opt out. We have an opt-out build right in MobileMonkey. You as the business owner of the agency, don't have to do anything. If they click stop or opt out, they're automatically opted out. So no matter what drip campaigns you have set up or blasts, that user opted out won't get hit again. Okay. There's also a delete functionality in the contact. If that user says delete my info, which is there right under GDPR, if you're a European business, by the way, this only really applies to European businesses, you can go in and you can delete it. So really simple to stay compliant with that stuff. Piece of cake guy with these guys. Okay, thanks so much, everybody. I'm just going to wrap this up and just go over pricing a little bit, and then I'm gonna let you all go. If you go to our website, our pricing is on that. We do have special pricing for our team plan is for agencies, okay? So we have free plans. You can actually use this stuff for free, guys. You can also buy pro accounts, which would be for one Facebook page. So the way these things work is you buy them for each client, but if you do join a team plan, you get unlimited pages and bots, okay? And you get those pro features for all those pages. So once you sign up for a plan, even if you have 100 clients, you get the pro features for each one. I get this question all the time. Sign up for team plan. You don't have to buy individually for everybody. With that, you get unlimited connections, unlimited blasts, unlimited drip campaigns, unlimited attributes, hidden attributes, all the features that are in there. You also get multi-user management, so you can invite clients in to view their bot and collaborate with you once you get to that point. Like Samir was talking about, if you have employees that work at your agency and you want to give some employees access to some bots, and some to others, you can do that. And of course, if you're the boss or the manager, you can access everything, okay? We have pay-as-you-go pricing. It starts off really low, and we also have like all-you-can-eat plans. If you come to us and you talk to one of our reps and you're saying, hey, I have 100 clients or I have a lot of contacts and stuff like that, we can just work out a high-volume plan for you, and it's really easy to do. New clients that signed up in July, we're actually doing a really cool thing. You get 2 complimentary onboard sessions. So please contact us. You can email us at sales@mobilemonkey.com. If you email today, they're actually all standing by waiting for your calls. They will do a demo with you and a consultation with you. If you sign up for a team plan, it's really cheap to get started. You get 2 sessions with either with Ali or with one of her colleagues that will walk you through strategy sessions, how to set up your first ad for your client or your first recommendation bot, whatever you want to do to get started, and we'll definitely hold your hand through that stuff. So thanks so much, everybody. We had a great crowd. People were really attentive. I saw the numbers actually go up through the webinar, which was awesome. Samir, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate your expertise.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Ali.
Thanks, Ali.
Thanks, you.
Everybody.
Join the group, guys. Don't forget.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Talk again soon.